about half of the Eureka rebels that were killed and died of their wounds are buried. 23 men chipped into a mass grave within 12 hours of them dying. No questions asked, nothing.
No inquest.
No inquest, no questions asked. Put in this hole here. Here they are, they're put in a mass grave. Forgotten. 159 years later, on the 159th anniversary of the Eureka Rebellion, we are here. Are there any flowers on the graves of these men, apart from that little posy, plastic posy? Are there any flowers? Now these 100 people, which represented the old Lord Mayor who just finished, and these people like to dress up, walked past here to the soldiers' graves, did their ceremony, did their oration, shot their guns, went home. Pretty pickers, pretty pictures in the local media, you know, reenactment time. 159 years later, we are the only ones who've come here to pay our respects to the men who are named on this monument. Because even in death, it's political. Even in death, it's totally political. If you look at the inscriptions, and I tell people we'll go to the soldiers' graves, those of you who can stomach it. If you look at the inscriptions, you'll notice here, sacred to the memory of those who fell on the memorable 3rd of December 1854 in resisting the unconstitutional proceedings of the Victorian government. So this monument was erected within 3 years of their death by public subscription. People gave their farthings and their pennies and their threepennies to erect this monument. But 159 years later, where is the public ceremony from this city to respect these people? They make a profit on the back of the death of these people, of the Eureka legacy and the Eureka legend. The Eureka flag is on the coat of arms of the city of Ballarat. The Eureka flag is on the coat of arms of the Ballarat University. The Eureka flag is used to sell things from tiles to pizza in this city. So every day people make money. People come to this city because of this city's history. They come here to this. But if you go to the Tourist Information Office, there's hardly any information about this. You don't find the information. So we, by our presence, acknowledge the ultimate sacrifice made by these men and their relatives and their wives and their children on the 3rd of December 1854. A pivotal moment in this country's history. Not this country's radical history, but this country's history. An armed rebellion against authority. So I'm pleased that you're here. I'm pleased that you can pay that respect. And it's quite extraordinary that if we go around here, you'll find that maybe 1 or 2 people from the city of Ballarat here today, on the day, to pay their respects. And you won't see it anywhere else in this city. Did you see the city festooned with Eureka banners? You saw the nature of the Eureka flag at Bakery Hill. Torn, tattered, left. So it is a great shame. It is a great shame on us as a people. Could you imagine Indigenous Australians allowing their dead to be forgotten? Could you imagine people in other countries who've been involved in revolts and revolution to have forgotten their dead? While we forget the dead as a people, as a nation. We forget them. We don't respect them. We don't respect the sacrifice they made. And this is the tangible evidence of that sacrifice. 23 men buried here in a mass grave, tipped in to a mass grave. Some in individual coffins, some tipped in. And still, 159 years later, no respect. No respect for the principles they stood for. They didn't fight for country. They didn't fight for queen or king. They didn't fight for glory. They didn't fight a little dirty little trade war. They fought for what they believed were their inalienable rights. They were men and women of all colours, of all religions, of all cultures, speaking many languages, who came together against a common enemy, those who exercise power. Because it doesn't matter if the colour of the person who's got their foot on your throat is black or pink or white or yellow. What matters is they've got their foot on your throat. It doesn't matter if they're Australian or Indonesian or Filipinos or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that they exercise power and authority. And what this is about, this is a struggle, a universal struggle. It's about we, the people, we. It's a universal struggle. It's about we recognising that we're born with inalienable rights and liberties. And we understand that in order to reclaim these rights and liberties from those who wish to take them away from us, that we need to fight to protect them, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Could you imagine any of these good burgers standing up for you? If you're in court, if we were arrested today, there'd be headlines about violent thugs in Ballarat taking over the Eureka spirit. They're not interested. They've washed their hands of it. It's a national shame. It is a national shame, and it's never been as bad as it's been this year. When there is a mayor who's interested, things happen. When there are conservative and reactionary people on council, nothing happens. It is a national shame. You would think there would be flowers on their grave. You go down the corridor, there'll be flowers on their graves. Just extraordinary. Now, those of you who've got flowers, would you like to put them in? And then maybe we just open it up for people to speak. And let's speak about the spirit. I mean, I know we all got issues, this and that, but this is not about issues. This is greater than individual issues. This is about that universal spirit of resistance to reclaim what is truthfully ours, of what we're born with. Come on, Alan.